Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk, but it's not live. It's pre-recorded, but still get involved in the comments. We want to hear from you, and make sure you are liking that video. Hit that like button right now. Do it right now. We're going to be talking about last night's game a little bit because that is dominating some of the news this morning, and you think a comfortable, a rare, well, it's rarish. I think they're getting more common. Comfortable win in Europe, 3-0. Ronnie back amongst the goals. Marcus Rashford with a header. Who'd have thunk it? And Diogo Dalot getting his first goal in Europe, I believe. Fantastic night. Great atmosphere at Old Trafford. A pretty packed Old Trafford as well, considering it was the Europa League. I thought it was going to be half empty, but it wasn't. And yet, all the talk seems to be about Antony, our Antony, there, him, this geezer, doing a bit of skill during the game, bit of showboating. And it seems like everyone lost their minds. Now, I was there at the game with my lad. I took my little lad with me. We saw that skill. We loved it. He laughed. Okay, Antony lost the ball after his pass to, I think it was to Casemiro. Wasn't the greatest. We had another little giggle about it. It wasn't that deep, and it kind of got the crowd going a little bit. Everyone was like, hey, you know what I mean? It felt like a bit of a party atmosphere. I get home, and I look on the telly, and it's like the focus. I look on social media, and it's trending, and the reaction is trending. And it's not just the usual suspects, the Scousers and the United, ABU, Liverpool ex-players brigade. It's pretty much everyone. I think Scholesy weighed in on it, and he said that it's not skill or entertainment. I think, well, him and Owen Hargreaves spoke about it. It's not skill or entertainment. It's just being a clown. Robbie Savage called it embarrassing, saying, I think, I'll get into this. This is in the Metro. Robbie Savage and Paul Scholes slam embarrassing Manchester United star Antony during Sheriff clash. And it says here, Savage, who was on commentary duty for BT, was appalled by what he saw, given the state of the game at the time, branding the former Ajax man embarrassing, and felt Erik ten Hag should have hauled him off. Yeah, because the game was at 0-0. But I don't think it was that deep. People saying, well, you shouldn't be doing that when it's 0-0, you know, like he was going to cost us the game. He was pretty confident. He was feeling confident. He had a little bit of a showboat. The crowd loved it. We won 3-0. Am I missing something here? If we'd have lost 1-0 and his showboating had led to the Sheriff goal, I'd get it. But we didn't, and he didn't. So it's just a bit weird. Now, Erik ten Hag got asked about it, because he subbed Antony off at our time, and he got asked, did you ever think to yourself, what's going on? Because I do, and I do right now. He got asked if he took him off because of the showboating, and he said no, it was planned if we were winning, and we were winning. We were winning at half-time, 1-0. Diogo Dalot got a first-half goal. I wanted to see Ronaldo and Rashford closer together, and then he was asked again about Antony's skill and he's showboating. I don't have a problem with that as long as it's functional. So it's not like ten Hag doesn't seem bothered. And I reckon ten Hag's probably thinking, you are? What's going on here? Why is everyone asking me about that? Like, who cares? It's so unimportant. I'm amazed how much nonsense there's been spouted about it. Get involved in the chat. You might disagree. You might be like, nah, Jay, you've got this one wrong. He's took the mick there. He shouldn't be doing that. Let me know. You know, I can only speak for myself. At the time, I thought it was all right. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. It got everyone going. I forgot about it after the game. I'm not going to lie. Talking about the goals. Talking about the fact that we now need to beat Sociedad by 2 clear goals to be guaranteed at that top spot. Everyone was buzzing after the game. I'm on my phone chatting to some mates and stuff. Wasn't really thinking, or I'd forgot about the whole Antony skill showboating thing. I get home, I turn on the telly, and it's like everyone's talking about it. I go on social media, and to be fair, it's more pundits than fans from what I saw who were criticising it. So you've got Robbie Savage, you've got Owen Hargreaves, you've got Paul Scholes, I think Chris Sutton weighed in. And here's one for you. At Sky, they were doing like a watch-along type thing that they do, and they had like the highlights of that. And I seen this sort of came up on my Sky when I was flicking through. The most pointless skill I've seen, right? And a picture of Antony. I thought, crikey, that someone's not, happy. Leroy Rosenwar was not too impressed with Manchester United winger Antony's signature spin showboat during their game with Sheriff Tiraspol in the Europa League. Like, okay, now listen, Leroy Rosenwar's played more football than I ever have, so I'm not going to, dismiss his career or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He's played at QPR and Fulham and Gloucester City and what have you. But I'm like, what you want about? why is he getting involved? And what the most pointless skill you've ever seen? It wasn't pointless anyway, because it kind of got the crowd going a bit. It was a bit of fun. And I don't know, right? We've had all these wingers, haven't we, that come in. And we've had Angel Di Maria, one of the best players on the planet at the time. That may seem silly to say that, but he was. I think he'd won the Champions League with Real Madrid. He'd been one of the stars of their team. An absolute superstar. Comes to United, and other than a first couple of months where he was good, he's terrible. The shirt's too heavy for him. Yeah, doesn't live up to the expectations. Memphis Depay, one of the most sort of spoke about young wingers in the world, comes to Manchester United and again has a decent enough start, and then he's shocking. His confidence is gone. It falls off a cliff, and he becomes more or less useless to Manchester United. Alexis Sanchez, one of the safest bets you can have. He's tore it up in the Premier League with Arsenal. He's battered United with Arsenal. Do you remember when he nearly ended Matteo Darmian's United career? We buy him. You think, this is it, man. We can't go wrong with this one. And he's shocking. He's arguably our worst signing ever. I don't mean in terms of talent, but in terms of expectation and what he delivered, he was abysmal. These players just lost confidence. They didn't look like they wanted to be at Old Trafford. They didn't look like they wanted to be at United. They didn't look like the shirt was too heavy for him. It looked like they looked a shadow of the player that they'd been at the previous club. You get a player like Antony, who comes in with a bit of swagger, devil-may-care attitude, starts banging in goals, starts doing tricks, skins his man, does all the stuff you want to see from a winger, does a bit of skill, and everyone's on him. Nah, man, I'm not having it. Football is meant to be entertaining. We love our wingers to beat players, to show skills, to score goals, and he's doing all that. And all right, he might do a bit of showboating, and maybe the manager might have a word with him and say, listen, don't do it when we're at 0-0, do it when we're winning. Do you know, maybe he won't. And the sad thing is, the pass that he went for, I think it was to Casemiro, forget me if I'm wrong, it was the right idea, he just overhit it. And if the pass had come off, then no one would probably be able to say anything. It's only because we lost possession that people are going, oh, didn't even work. I laughed at that. I said at the time when he did it, I said, I can't believe he just thought I'd show he lost the ball. I laughed, and the guy next to me was laughing. It wasn't like everyone was raging. It kind of got the crowd going a little bit. I don't know, man. Let me know what you think. I just feel like something's going down here, and I'm missing it. Do you know what I mean? Is this the sort of, you say like, is this the anti-United agenda again? But even like, you know, Scholes is never anti-United, isn't he? He's a United legend. But sometimes some of our ex-players seem to be a bit, I don't know, it's like they're looking for something all the time. And, you know, I just didn't think there was a big thing there at all. A couple of other quotes to get into before we wrap up. Ten Hag on Alejandro Garnacho, great player last night. Great to see him in the team, going past his man, trying things. I don't mind if wingers try things and they don't come off. It's when they don't try things that I start to worry. Garnacho was trying everything, and it was a real joy to watch. Ten Hag on Garnacho said, I was not happy with him in the last weeks, in the early weeks of the season. I think he's talking about there. The last weeks, I was happy with him, a better attitude, more resilience. There was rumours, weren't there, and reports that maybe Garnacho had been late for a couple of meetings, and Ten Hag was not having it at all. Marcus Rashford spoke about the game, and he said it's taken a lot of hard work to adapt and change, but we're getting there. He also says we have to go there and score by 2 goals about Sociedad. We have to score 2 goals but defend well. It's going to be a tough game, but looking forward to the challenge. So yeah, it was a good night. Yeah, a good night. We've got Marcus Rashford ending his little mini goal drought. I think he'd gone 5 games without goal. Ronaldo returning to the team, getting a goal. Diogo Dalot getting his first, I believe it's his first goal in Europe. Forgive me if I'm getting that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And we've got a fighting chance of finishing top of the group. Antony did a bit of skill. It's, you know, so what? Good. I'm glad. I hope he does it again. Yeah, I hope he boils more urine. Get involved in the comments in the chat. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back later on with Stephen Howson and a special guest for the brew. This has been The Paper Tuck. It's not live, but you can still get involved. Thanks for watching.